Thanks for watching. If you liked this episode, please like and subscribe. Sophie rounded a corner and saw a gas station in the distance. The small, broken-down establishment stood on the side of the deserted road, its exterior weathered and worn, with peeling paint and a faded sign. The sight of the gas station filled her with a mix of hope and apprehension. She quickened her pace, her bare feet aching with every step, but the promise of potential help spurred her on. Suddenly, Sophie felt a sharp pain in her foot. She had stepped on something. The pain was intense, and she realised she had cut her foot deeply. Blood was pouring from the wound. "Shit! Shit! Shit!" she yelled out. She paused for a moment, lifting her foot to inspect the injury. The cut was deep and the blood was flowing steadily. She knew she needed to find something to stop the bleeding, but she couldn't stay out on the road long. Despite the pain, Sophie kept moving, slower now as each step sent a jolt of agony through her body. When she finally reached the gas station, the sun was beginning to set, casting a warm, golden glow over the landscape. Sophie took a moment to catch her breath, her bare feet aching. The inside of the gas station was poorly lit, with ancient shelves scattered around, holding a sparse assortment of items. As she limped inside, her eyes scanned the dimly lit room for anything that could help her injured foot. Then, she heard a noise behind her. Turning slowly, she saw a figure emerging from the shadows. It was a man, but he looked far from human. His skin was a sickly grey, and his body was covered in bruises. His limbs were longer than normal, and his hair was falling out in clumps. Drool dripped from his open mouth, and his joints moved in strange, unnatural ways. He didn't speak. Instead, he made terrible, guttural noises that sent chills down Sophie's spine. The man moved closer, his eyes fixed on her with an eerie focus. Sophie tried to back away, but her injured foot made it difficult to move quickly. The man moved slowly, appearing more monstrous than human. Sophie panicked as she faced the terrifying figure. Desperately, she looked around for something to defend herself with. Her eyes landed on a heavy wrench lying on a nearby shelf. She grabbed it, holding it tightly in her trembling hands. The man continued to advance, his eyes never leaving her. Sophie tried to stay calm and find a way to escape, but the pain in her foot and the thing coming at her made it difficult to think clearly. The man let out another terrible noise, and Sophie could see the madness in its eyes. She took a deep breath, trying to steady herself. She knew she couldn't run, but she could fight. With all her strength, she swung the wrench at the creature, hoping to buy herself some time.